What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Long day. Uh, Question: did you earn what you feel you deserve? Um, Actually, talking to a friend and I asked them that question because, but they said something that a lot of people in my past have said. As far as dating goes, excuse me, a lot of females I've known said this. I know what I'm worth and I know what I deserve. And when it comes to the type of man that they deserve, uh, I would often ask, did they earn that type of man? Because for the people who just say it in the beginning, they don't necessarily know what I'm talking about. But there are people who say they deserve a certain kind of caliber person, and when they get that person, they shortchange them because they never earned to be with a person like that. Like they're not on their level, and they're not striving to be on their level, and they're not reciprocating what that level entails. What I mean by that is this: if you if you feel like you deserve a person that's up up here, and they're up here because of these qualities, but you're also up here just because you're alive, then you're really not on the same level because their status is based on their status here, based on their ability. Your status here is just based on your ideas of yourself. So that doesn't mean you bring all the things to the table that the other person that you deserve brings. So that's why I asked, did you earn that person? Because a lot of times, um, people can't keep people like that, and then they get mad. And it just started coming to my head certain things that used to happen, and I used to get upset just listening to certain people I've known who have this kind of mentality when they met the person that they quote unquote felt like they deserved. I know people who wanted to have a man who was a provider so they didn't have to work, and they met a man that was a provider and they didn't have to work, and they complained about how dirty the house was when the guy was at work all day and they were at home all day. And they always, he's so junky and he doesn't do this and he doesn't do that. And I'm sitting there like, you asked for a man that was a provider. He provided you a nice, comfortable, upper middle class lifestyle, and you telling me you couldn't even vacuum, clean up, wash a dish? I mean, do a baseboard, something. It was him. He was the lazy one. You didn't have to work. You didn't have to buy your own clothes. And I'm not talking about a person who was a housewife and had kids. I'm talking about a person who didn't have any kids at the time. You know, um, and also sometimes when it comes to saying what you deserve, people are very shallow. Like, I want somebody that's fine. Okay, now that you got somebody that's fine, why are you complaining about all the things that they're not? Because what you wanted was fine. You got what you asked for, which was somebody fine. That's what you deserve, somebody fine. So what that they're lazy? You didn't want them to be hardworking, you just wanted them to be fine. So what that they're irresponsible? You didn't want them to be responsible. You just wanted them to be fine. You weren't being specific about their qualities. The quality that mattered that you wanted was the quality of them being attractive. They're fine. So why complain? Um, Another thing climbing about, I saw this little clip on my Facebook with Steve Harvey. This woman was complaining he wouldn't help her because she said she wanted her man to learn how to cook because she didn't want to cook all the time. And then he learned how to cook. And then he liked cooking. And then he started cooking all the time. And now she was mad because she felt like he can't cook. The food tastes terrible. And she's like, can you help me? And Steve said, no. You ask for a guy, for your man to cook. You got what you wanted. He is, so what? He's not fucking top chef. Okay. And then Steve turned around and said, you gonna have to be a man. Eat it. Because I hate to break the news to you, all you women can't cook. And you know what we have to do? With y'all food, we have to eat it. No complaining, just shut up and eat it. And that's a part, that analogy is part of did you earn what you feel like you deserve? Because at some point, you're just going to have to shut up and eat it. Because it comes to a point that, oh my goodness, that you're going to find yourself in a situation where what you ask for, you get what you ask for. And then, when you get it, you complain about what you got. And if you're one of those people, you're spoiled as hell. You're childish. You know? Because now you want what you want when you want it. Then you got what you want when you wanted it. And then it's not good enough. You want it better. But that doesn't necessarily mean you're willing to you're not willing to fit that same mold of standards. And I'm sure this goes for guys and men and women. There are people on the other side of that spectrum who, when people are delusional about what they deserve, they often aspire for things out of their league. I want somebody that's intelligent, but you're stupid. You can't hold an adult conversation. But when I'm in a room full of intelligent people, they're going to know my presence. Yeah, they're going to also know why you'll never talk, because they know you smart enough to know that you're stupid and you shouldn't talk around them. But then you're going to find an asshole in the bunch that's going to pick at you like, what do you think? Well, what do you think? I mean, you never say what you think. What do you think? And they're doing that to antagonize you because they know you shouldn't be there. I want a person who has this much money. But you don't have that much money. So you want to be with a person that has a lot of money so they can spend their money on you, so they can spend the money that they've earned out before ever meeting you, with the skills that they've learned over their lifetime before ever meeting you. But because you're important, they are going to spend it on you because you deserve it. It's not... if you can be bought like that, how many other people can be bought like that? You're just one in a million. You know? And the thing about that is that ultimately, at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, what services are you providing the person that you feel like you deserve? Like, what are you doing for them? What can you do for them? And that's the one question that, in my past dealings with people, that's where most of the relationships like that would hit a wall, because they didn't know what they could do, what they could bring to the table and do for the person that they quote unquote deserved, because they felt like they were on the same level just because they had an overly inflated ego. And that same ego and pride made them lack humility of being able to learn the things to be able to do to earn the person that you feel like you deserve. I'm out. Peace.